So I believe what I'll be talking about is analyze the new Lagos, which is actually a smart city, because everyone has heard about the smart city, the new Lagos, this one every time. But the question is, have you been able to pinpoint the right place to invest? Because the thing is, a lot of investors follow trend. With developers where, so if people are moving towards Ibeju Lekki, I go to Ibeju Lekki. If people are going towards Ngondo, I go to Ngondo. If people are going towards this place. But the thing is, in the next 3, 4, 5 years, where will be the main place?
Looking for a good property and all. So different. You don't want to buy a property.
The rich and the medium and the low class, encourage the low class to be able to afford properties. But let's see now.
Right, so now let me do a roadmap. Now, understand me. Coming from, everyone knows VI. So coming from VI, because I know a couple of people abroad have probably not seen Lekki, have probably not seen Chevron or seen Ologolo or seen all those places because they have been far gone from Nigeria. So let's say you're coming from VI, then the left is Lekki, then you get to Ikati, then you get to Osakpa, then you get to Chevron, then you get to Ochi, then you get to Ikota, then you get to Aja. Then the next place, you take the flyover, you get to Ibrahim Adeson, you get to Sangotedo, AWOAYAYA, LAKOWE. Then you're approaching the new Lagos. In fact, from Sangotedo axis, you can consider those places as part of the new Lagos. Then after AWOAYAYA, you get towards Onasanko, then you get to ELEKO. Now, the thing is, ELEKO in the future will be like a roundabout. Let me explain why. Now, because there'll be cars coming from Ekpe, coming from Ibeju Lekki axis, that's the free trade zone axis, and coming from AWOAYAYA. Now they have to find a way for them to manage and control this traffic. Now that will lead to the expansion of the right side, which is the ELEKO road. Now there's a tendency they might break into some of the estate there. Why? Because currently it can only take 2 cars, one on the left, one on the right. Now, but if you go to your left, you are approaching, you have gotten into the ELEKO road and you'll be approaching the Dangote Refinery and other places. I'll talk about it. But let me talk about the left hand side. The left hand side is Idara Scale. Idara Scale is it's just by the roadside. But when you go to your right, you approach ELEKO. That's where Amen Estate is, right? Now on the left of that ELEKO road is the Lekki Free Trade Zone access. That's where you have the Dangote Refinery, that's where you have the Power Oil, the Lagos Free Trade Zone, the Lekki Free Trade Zone, Okunfolo, Demi, Fargon. Then on the right hand side is where you have the Igondo. And Igondo is the coastal line, is a coastal road. And that coastal road leads to where? Oniru, Okunwaja, Sangotedo. Now this is it. Let me not forget one major place. If you are going straight, rather than you turning to your right, you are going straight to Ibeju. Now Ibeju is the road network where the airport is, the Pan-African University, the ELEGANZA, and after Ibeju is when you approach Ekpe. Now this is the thing. The question is this: what is the look-alike of these areas currently? Now a typical look-alike of Igondo is Oniru. And that's one of the major things of Oniru. You really see trucks, you really see a lot of it's a very reserved place for resorts and hotels. Now a type of Lekki Free Trade Zone where Dangote Refinery is Apapa Wharf. And then Apapa Wharf, we have shipping lines there, we have shipping depots there, we have containers. It's all this jam-packed. It's all this, we're going to have Tinkan Island like that also there, right? Now a type of Ibeju is going to be like Ajawe Estate. Why? Because it's close to the airport, and in Ajawe Estate we're going to have Sako, we're going to have Nako, we're going to have Fan. And if you're coming from International Airport, the Murtala Mohammed Airport, going straight, approaching Ajawe Estate, you see hotels. So now Ibeju is a very fantastic place and strategic place for hotels, as well as warehouses, because of air freight goods. Now the next place is Ekpe. Now Ekpe will be a touch of Surulere, Ikeja, and Bega. Why? Because Ekpe leads to 3 major places: inside the island, out of Lagos, following the Ekpe-Ejebo-Odi road, and to the mainland. You can either follow the Ejebo-Odi road, connect to Bega, or you can follow Ikorodu road. And that's why government has been expanding the Ikorodu road. Now those are the type of it. Now let's bring it down now. So now let's go back to the Apapa Wharf area. Now you notice that Apapa Wharf is always filled with traffic. Now let's take it back to Dangote Refinery area. That place is going to be filled with a lot of containers. So it's not going to be the best place for residential. However, there might be some 1 or 2 hotels far inside towards that Libya axis. That's where we have the Lakaban Tropicana. But there's not going to be so much hotels. And what the government do? Government has sold a part of Igondo to hotel companies. And the problem with Igondo currently is the Gazette is in front and behind is extension layout, which is extension block, which means extension in project, which means no land. And so government is smart enough not to give the full land because firstly, they are expanding the coastal road. That's why we have the AIYETORO coastal road that connects before you get to ELEKO. They have expanded the road. Now the goal is they will not see, trucks will not pass that place. Trucks cannot fly that road. No, they won't. And that's why if you're familiar with the Lagos Free Trade Zone, where we have the power oil, we have the dock field, they have started some filling. There was a time an Indian client of mine went towards Oshoroko, and coming back we branched them. We discovered that there are so many foreign companies that are there, right, that are burning diesel on a regular basis, but they are futuristic, believing that this place will yield so much. Now the question is, if you're in Nigeria abroad or you're Nigerian in Nigeria, why haven't you invested where foreigners are even seeing the value? Now when we got into Lagos Free Trade Zone, we discovered that government is self-filling. Now that means they're going to have a road network behind from Ibeju Lekki Free Trade Zone access to Ibeju. Now the truth is this: ELEKO is going to be expanded. The trucks are going to pass from Dangote Refinery side to ELEKO and then access Ibeju. At the same time, there's going to be a road network from Ibeju Lekki to Ibeju. Now the question is, where is the next best place to invest? There are 2 major places which I would advise, which are safe and are good: Ibeju and Ekpe. Because when the trucks come from Lagos Free Trade Zone, from Dangote axis, they will access ELEKO road. ELEKO is not going to be a good place for residential property. There's going to be boom, 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 boom. And that's why if you look at it, MNS have to take their other project inside. It's a strategy. They understood what it means to have a residential community. They have to take it inside so that it will be comfortable for their next occupants, right? Now that's the same thing that ELEKO road is going. There's going to be an expansion. It's going to touch into some estates and some filling station currently, but small trucks will follow the AWOAYAYA axis. And that's why government currently is expanding the LAKOWE road, the AWOAYAYA road down to VGC. But majority of the trucks will go through Ibeju and Ekpe. So every smart investor needs to pick a property at Ibeju and also pick a property at Ekpe now. Now, what are the properties that Ibeju we have? Now, just like the airport area is in the mainland, Ibeju will be the next big place for residential properties like Ajawa Estate. It's also going to be the next big place for where you can buy your hotels, your Airbnb apartments, your shoplets. That's going to be a good place. It's where you can have your filling station, your restaurants. Because guys coming from wherever they're coming from using the airport, we need to eat. And not all of them, foreignly in the Muritala Mohammed airport, you really see fast foods. So where will they eat? Now coming out, that is where you should get your fast food. And so that's why the development prices in those locations have spiked up in recent times. And government currently took some land at Okego for the airport. So government interest has increased on the left hand side. But on the right hand side is where you need to own properties, and we can always prescribe properties there. The next place I will advise anybody to invest in is Ekpe. And that's why you notice ALARO City went towards the angle. And they're also going to be having commercial properties there. Now, these commercial properties will go to the mainland. Mainland has much more.
Many years ago, way before I was born, my mother told me that my late father bought some plots of land back then at Ikotun. And when I saw the receipt, he bought one for 40,000 naira. Fast forward to 2010, one of my relatives won the American visa lottery, and it was to travel within some specific period of time. As at that time, Sakpa Day also. Now in Pale just remember, say, let's say I get some land. So when he got there, to his greatest surprise, he sold one out of his several plots for 15 million naira. Do you understand that real estate investment is not about what you feel, but real estate investment is always profitable when you understand the location? And one of the things you should look out for is that as an investor, you need to notice what we call obvious signs of development. When you look at to my 5 right here, you will notice that there will have a lot of beacons. Of course, this is a popular homeland scheme and it is fully sold out. Sold out at 3.5 million. Now, the beautiful thing about this estate, Eden Garden, is that it comes with a 500,000 naira initial deposit with a 6-month payment plan without interest. And the beautiful thing basically is that they collect development fee. When you are done with all your payment and of course your survey, you will be allocated instantly. So you see, beautiful things wait for people who understand the obvious signs of development. Today may look bushy, but I can assure you in the next 2 to 3 years, this is going to be one of the biggest GRA in Ilara. So you want to be part of this wonderful project now that is affordable and available. Of course, we're available for inspection 247, 24 hours a day. So give us a call, and of course, you'll be glad. You'll be super, super glad. Of course, like I said, be like my father. Buy this now and sell it when it becomes a mega city. Now, let's show the people they make real estate. Now why people they become billionaires for real estate investment? Give us a call.
Has much more buying capacity than buying ratio than the highland currently. Why? Because there are so many people on the mainland. Now over time we've discovered that AWOAYAYA LAKOWE has experienced over 40% increase in the last 10 years. Sorry, in the last 2 years than the last 10 years. Meaning over a lot of people have moved to these axis more in the last 2 years than the last 10 years. And so compare, look at Ekpe in some years time. Ekpe currently we're checking on a 2-bedroom apartment. 2-bedroom apartment was going for 400k in Ekpe. And I'm wondering why. It shows that Ekpe is already having the migration, and people are looking for affordable houses, and Ekpe is the next thing. That's why you see that over time there have been move of offices. I've seen a lot of offices in Ekpe. We've seen a lot of government projects in Ekpe. We've seen a lot of universities. In fact, yesterday we were going to Ekpe. We saw LASU. We saw Michael Otedela University. They have turned a college of education to a university. They have also turned there's Yaba campus. In fact, yesterday we discovered they had all resumed. Hostels were built and hostels were now painted. Now it shows that Ekpe is going to not just be a place for warehouses, hotels. It's also going to be a place to accommodate campuses, meaning there's going to be hostels. It's also going to be a place where there's going to be a modern market. That's why you notice that government has currently created a market a modern market before the T junction at Ekpe. So Ekpe is going to be the residential hub of all of this jam and all of this traffic and stuff. It's going to be Ekpe that's going to suck it in. At the same time, it's going to be the place for comfort. Why? Because it's surrounded by lagoon. These are where you can build your getaway houses, your relaxation houses. And on recent time, Femi Otedela has some major project there too. And so Ekpe is the next big place after Ibeju. Why? Because Ibeju is because of the airport, the whole road network is going to move to is going to pass through Ibeju. But after that, everything is going to still lead to Ekpe. So Ekpe is the next big thing. Ekpe is the place you need to build your filling station, your hostels, your hotels, your Airbnb, your residential property, your comfort, your getaway, your retirement house. Ekpe is the next thing. Ekpe is the next thing. I'm thinking, I'm just thinking of what to say next. So for every developer investor, let me just calm down. What am I saying in essence? Now, just like every developer, I've moved from Ibeju, ELEKO, Igondo in recent times to Ibeju and Ekpe. It shows that they are also seeing the limelight in this location, and every investor should be able to move as well. Now, the recent developments if you check it now of developers are mostly Ibeju and Lekki. A lot of nobody really talks about Igondo and Ibeju. No, they have moved here because this is where development is going to be massive, and government has even given us a big break by telling us the airport is already approved. So I would advise every investor to pick this location. You can send us a DM. We can prescribe something that works, that is safe with good titles. We understand the titles here too, so we will be able to help you get the best here. So send us a DM.